Hello everyone and welcome back to the Cargo channel. Welcome to another beautiful day in the sunny state of California. Today we are going to be upgrading the rear deck speakers right there in smoke, my w210 E300. So a couple of days ago I went on Crutchfield just looking for an upgrade. These are completely shot. They're 25-year-old speakers and they've been beaten by the sun for quite a while. So just like the paint on my hood and my roof, those are gone. Crutchfield have a very nice tool where you put the make and model of your car and they give you recommendations of what you should get. And so I got these Polk marine speakers that have 300 watts power. I'm not very good at these, so if I get anything wrong, correct me in the comments below. But I got these, and as of the making of this video, these are 19 or 20% off on Amazon, so I'll leave an affiliate link in the description as well, just in case you want to pick a pair. But what we gotta do first is we have to remove these speaker grills right there on top, and that's gonna allow us to remove the speakers. Now, with every other plastic in this car, it's 25-year-old, beaten by sun, so they will break. Brace yourself, I am sure of that. And I also took the speakers out of the doors, but they're not in bad shape, so we'll put them back in later on. So just one note before you start your upgrade: these are for the non-Bose speaker cars. The Bose speaker cars are slightly different. Don't refer to this video for them. Let's go ahead and take them apart. So I also got this trim removal kit from Amazon. I'll leave that link below just in case. And we're gonna use one of these little basic spudgers to remove the plastics. And again, it will break. And I already removed this, so I know it will break. Just ram it in there, and there, I can't see if you guys see anything, but there are clips in there. There we go. Some of the most observant viewers will notice that there isn't a speaker there. That's because I already took it out, and it's right there. It is in terrible shape, but let me show you how I removed it. Well, first of all, it goes, you can remove it from here, but you gotta go inside the trunk and you just press. It's gonna be in there, and you just gotta press these two tabs. Of course I broke this one, and then it pops out. It's held right here by a little nub, and then push it upward, comes out of there. Now let's look at this. This is a 6.5-inch speaker that has lived its life under the sun, and so this foam has all disintegrated. Connector which connects right there. I don't know if you can see that, but you just put a pry tool or a screwdriver right here, and it's pretty well stuck in there. But I've already separated mine, and it should go out a little bit easier because I was measuring how to get the what size speaker I need, just in case. There we go. And there is the speaker. Well, the wire and the bracket. Now we may have to modify this bracket a little bit because the other speakers are a little bit protruding a little bit, so maybe we'll cut this part right here so we have space for the magnet. Alright, so we have the Polk MM16, they're called MM652, but 6.5-inch speakers. They're for car, marine and ATV, and so they should be durable enough to be in the back of the w210. Brochure. Okay, these are the grills, but we will not need these. What's underneath? Here we go. This is the speaker, and it looks very nice. This little tweeter moves left and right. I just pushed it to be in the center because they're gonna be pointing up. And magnet's a lot smaller than the other one, but I'm sure they're gonna sound better. Let's see what's underneath. Oh, little bracket. Well, that's it. Let's see if we can fit them in the bracket. Yep, we'll have to cut the bottom out. Alright, so we did a little modification in the back, removing the little star or whatever it is, label, and now the speaker fits right in. The magnet protrudes a little, but that's not a big deal. So one more thing before I install these. They have the leads right there, positive and negative. We'll find out which one's positive and which one's negative. But then these speakers have a little connector. What I'm gonna do is cut this cable from here, and I already did right here. Take the connector and then solder it for the leads, just like this. But first we're gonna figure out which one's positive, which one's negative, and how we're gonna do that. I enlisted the help of my neighbor Craig for this, so let's figure it out. How we determine which one's the positive and negative is we put a little 9-volt battery, and we're gonna put the plus on the green wire because we suspect that's the positive, and minus on the black. And once we do that, we're gonna determine that the speaker goes upwards, and that's the way it's supposed to be. So we're gonna use the green lead to connect to the positive on the Polk speakers, and the black one to the negative. And the fun part is that the Polk speakers, if I can actually take them out, they say on the left right here minus, and on the right plus, which is convenient. Literally, this is the first time I'm soldering. Craig did the other solder, and he did a fantastic job right here. So he's teaching me how to solder, and it's my first time experience. So let's see how it works. Now, first, as my teacher said, we gotta make the contacts hot. We're gonna put a little bit of solder on the tip, then make the contacts hot. See, you can talk, no problem.
I was just gonna say, just make sure you don't drip any solder onto your leg.
That'll be fun. I think this is enough. Yeah. So we're gonna do the other one. Pull up some more solder. Heat up the contacts. Put a little bit of solder. I think we're good.
Voila.
Alright, first speaker is in the housing. So I trimmed just a little bit more right here so this yellow thing doesn't touch. I am using 2 of the screws that came from the original speakers because Polk came with screws that are a tiny little bit, automatic checking, fatter than the other ones. I don't want to break the housing, so I could have probably forced them, but that's fine. Also on the other side, in the other speaker, we found some speaker wires that we're not gonna use, but those are good to have. And we found some gaskets. So this outer side I installed in here underneath so I can seal it better. It's not necessary, but I don't think it will hurt. So let's put this one in there and connect it. All right, here we go. We are putting it this way. Connectors right here, and there is a connector right down here. We're gonna put the speaker in first. There we go. The trick is to put the little feet inside the foam so they can actually fit. And then we're going to connect the connector, or we should have connected the connector first, but we'll do that in a second. Yeah. There we go. Connector is connected and out of the way. And now we're gonna go in the underneath to figure out the rest. It looks so nice in there. All right, so we know this has to go in, and then we gotta rotate the assembly so the little feet go in as well. There we go, that's how it looks. We're gonna point the little tweeter that way, and we're going to cover this thing up like it was nothing going on. Alright, this side upgraded. Let's go to the other side now. And so, just like with every single thing we do on this channel, something went wrong. So we installed the speakers and they worked just fine. But there was an issue from before we replaced the speakers, where when the car starts and it hasn't started for a while, the speakers work for about 10 to 15 seconds and then they cut off. I researched, and I think that may be because of a short somewhere around the wires, and so I thought maybe it's the door speakers that are the problem. So I replaced those two with these Infinity reference speakers. They're 3.5 inch or 3 inch, no, 3.5 inch, and at the time of filming this they were 49% off, so I think like around 47 or 55 bucks with shipping. I'll link them down below just because, and if you want to get them, it's an affiliate link, you helping me out. But I replaced the door speakers too. It wasn't terribly bad. There is a screw in here underneath this plastic cover. There is one here, one here. There are a bunch of clips. You gotta take this off, and the rest is the same like the ones in the back. You gotta solder the wires on the speakers and they just work. But again, they still work for just about 10 seconds and then they cut off, and then when you start it again they don't even work, the back speakers or the back door speakers. So I'm in the process of investigating it. I got the little tools to remove the radio. I removed the radio. I also messed this button up, so now it falls off. You can't see it because I have it like that, but turns out it's nothing to do with the radio. Well, I don't know because I haven't replaced the radio just to check, but from what a few people have helped me on Instagram, I think it is shorted wires somewhere along the route, and so I will investigate more, and before we end this video we should have the whole system working. Again, it's been a month and a half of me being on vacation and troubleshooting this, so fingers crossed in the next few seconds you're gonna see the sound system sorted out. And so just like that, we are months into the future, and we finally figured out what is wrong with the stereo, and the speakers are not working. It turned out that I guess there was like a capacitor or something, or I have no idea. I'm not an electrician or electronics person, but the stereo was broken, and thanks to Andrew, Pacific Northwest 210, I'll have his channel linked in the description. He does engine swaps and whatnot on these W210 cars. His channel is really interesting and very technical, so go check it out. But he figured out for me that it was the stereo that was the issue, and he sent me one of these, thanks to him. Now the door speakers in the back and the back deck speakers work, only that one doesn't, but hey, the good speakers actually work. So this was the culprit, and with the new stereo I called Mercedes-Benz and they gave me the code for it, and now I'm gonna try and show you how the speakers work, but it's gonna be very briefly because I don't want to get copyright striked and I don't want to get demonetized. So let's take a look at them real quick in action, and then we'll finish this video. And so I'm super happy now that my new speakers work. It was a really long episode for me because I filmed it over a period of like over 6 months. But if you liked what you saw, subscribe for some more videos to come on this W210 Mercedes. We have big plans, but who knows when they're gonna happen, and the best way to get notified is by subscribing. Doesn't cost you anything, helps me a lot, makes me feel good. And then thanks again for 9,000 subscribers who just crossed that threshold a couple of days ago. Again, I will link these speakers, the door speakers and the ones in the back, as an affiliate link down below. And if you like to support the channel and need new speakers, it doesn't cost you anything extra. Just hit that link and go grab you some speakers. Yeah, they're not that terrible to replace now. Have a great day. See you in the next one. Bye.